Forest resources. A forest is a complex ecosystem which is predominantly composed of trees, shrubs, and is usually a closed canopy. Forests are storehouse of large variety of life forms such as plants, mammals, birds, insects, and reptiles. Also, the forests have abundant microorganisms and fungi which do the important work of decomposing dead organic matter, thereby enriching the soil. Nearly 4 billion hectares of forest cover the earth's surface. It is roughly 30% of its total land area. The forest ecosystem has two components. The first one is biotic and second one is abiotic. Climate, soil type are part of the non-living component, and the living component includes plants, animals, and other life forms. Plants include the trees, shrubs, climbers, grasses, herbs in the forest. The term forest implies natural vegetation of the area existing from thousands of years and supporting a variety of biodiversity, forming a complex ecosystem. Plantation is different from natural forest as these plant species are often of a same type and doesn't support a variety of natural biodiversity. Forests provide various natural services and products. Many forest products are used in day-to-day life. Besides these, forests play an important role in maintaining ecological balance and contributes to economy also. Depending on the physical, geographical, climatic, and ecological factors, there are different types of forest like evergreen forest, deciduous forest. Forest and forest resources contribute immensely to our economy. Forest provides valuable items like timber, paper, fuel wood, bamboo, cane, food fibers, and many essential oils. Forests provide hundreds of medicinal plants. They supply spices. Some of the forest plants are poisons and some are insecticides. Tendu leaves used in beedi wrapping are also a typical forest product. Forests also provide fodder for cattle and other grazing animals. Leaves and twigs of small plants have high fodder value. It is a useful fodder source during the drought period. In addition to this, forests are also popular areas of relaxation and recreation. They add to aesthetic value of the nature as well as regional topography. Forest resources in India have always been one of the richest resources. Forests provide renewable natural resources and contribute considerably to the economic development of the country. Section number 2, Ecological role of forest. During the early 1990s, about 17% of the country was occupied with forest resources. However, as around 50% of this land was infertile, total region under productive forest was nearly 35 million hectares, that is around just 10% of total land area of the country. With the increasing demand of the growing population of the country, the requirement of forest resources also increased. All these resulted in the continuing demolition of forests around the 1980s, taking a serious toll on the soil. Indian forests perform an important role to make a healthy environment, and it reduces air pollutions. Nearly about 19.26% of total area of India are covered with forest. Forest vegetation is diverse and really large in the country. Like for instance, there are nearly 600 species of hardwoods, sal and teak. These are the principal species found in the country. Forest plays a major role in maintaining ecological balance. Forests provide an environment for many species of plants and animals. Thus, it protects and sustains the diversity of nature. Plants provide habitat to different types of organisms. Birds build their nest on the branches of trees. Animals and birds live on the hollows. Insects and other organisms live in various parts of these plants and forest. Forests act as hydrological flow modulators. Plants provide a protective canopy that lessens the impact of raindrops on the soil. Thereby, it reduces soil erosion. Roots help to hold the soil in the place. They provide shade which prevents the soil to become too dry. Thus, increases the soil moisture and its holding capacity. Forests help in maintaining microclimate of the area. Forests clean the environment by muffling noises, buffering strong winds, and stopping dust and gases. The layer of leaves that fall around the tree prevent runoff and allows the water to percolate into the soil, thus helping the groundwater recharge. Dead plants decompose to form humus, the organic matter that holds the water and provide the nutrients to the soil. Through the process of photosynthesis, forests renew the oxygen supply in atmosphere by absorbing atmospheric carbon dioxide and moderating the greenhouse effect. As per the report published by Ministry of Environment and Forest, during the August 2009, the annual carbon dioxide removal of India's forest and tree cover is enough to neutralize 11% of India's total greenhouse gas emission at 1994 levels. This is equivalent to offsetting 100% emission from all energy in residential and transport sectors. Clearly, India's forest and tree cover is serving as a major mode of carbon mitigation of India and the world also. Forest cover of an area plays an important role in the amount of precipitation received by that area. Thus, it plays an important role in maintaining water cycle of a region. Some species of trees have the ability to return nitrogen to the soil through root decomposition or fallen leaves. Such trees are planted to increase nitrogen content of the soil. They play a vital role in maintaining healthy watershed. Rivers originate in a forest area and carry the organic matter from forest to the downstream, thus supporting a variety of fishes and aquatic animals. The richness of forest in upstream decides the biological value of the river ecosystem supported by it. Forests absorb suspended particles in air, thereby reducing the pollution. Forests also help in the process of soil formation by causing weathering of rock. Forest food, which has a great medicinal value and used by local people in respective seasons. In performing all these functions, forest stabilizes the climatic, maintains the ecological and environmental balance of the area, and shape the landscape of the particular area. Module number 3, classification of forest. The climate, soil type, topography, and elevation are the main factors that determine the type of forest. India has a diverse range of forest. from the rainforest of Kerala in the south to the alpine pastures of Ladakh in the north. There we can see a desertic forest in Rajasthan in the west, and you can see evergreen forest in the northeastern part of the country. Forests are classified according to the nature and composition, the type of climate, and its relationship with surrounding environment. Anyway, forests in the country are divided into 6 broad types. Number 1, moist tropical forest. Number 2, moist deciduous forest. Number 3, montane subtropical forest. Number 4, montane temperate forest. Number 5, alpine coniferous forest. And number 6, mangroves and littoral forest. Let us have a discussion on them. Moist tropical forest. The moist tropical forest includes the following 3 major subtypes: wet evergreen forest, semi-evergreen forest, moist deciduous forest. Wet evergreen forest. Evergreen forests grow in the high rainfall areas of Western Ghats, northeastern India, and the Andaman and Nicobar Islands are wet evergreen forest. These trees often rise up to a great height and they open out like a cauliflower. The more common trees found in this category are jackfruit, betel nut palm, jamun, mango, and hallock. The trees in these forests form a tier pattern. Shrubs cover the lower layer, followed by a short structured trees, and then we can see the tall variety trees. Beautiful fern of various colors and different varieties of orchids also grown along with these trees. Semi-evergreen forest. Semi-evergreen forests are found in the Western Ghats, Andaman and Nicobar Islands, and the eastern Himalayas. Such forests have a mixture of wet evergreen trees and moist deciduous trees. The forest is dense and is filled with large variety of trees with both tribes. Third one, the moist deciduous forests are found throughout India except in the western and northwestern regions. The trees have broad trunks, they are tall and have a number of branching trunks and roots to hold them firmly to the ground. Some of the taller trees shed their leaves in the dry season. There is a layer of short trees and evergreen shrubs in their undergrowth. These forests are dominated by sal and teak along with mango, bamboo and rosewood. Another important type of forest are deciduous forest. Deciduous forests are found in the regions with a moderate amount of seasonal rainfall, ranges from 100 to 250 centimeters. Teak trees grow are of this type. The deciduous trees shed their leaves during the winter and hot summer months. Thorn forests are found in semi-arid regions of India. The trees which are sparsely distributed are surrounded by open grassy areas. There are 3 types of deciduous forest. Number 1, dry deciduous forest. Dry deciduous forests are found throughout the northern part of the country except in the northeast. It is also found in Madhya Pradesh, Gujarat, Andhra Pradesh, Karnataka and Tamil Nadu. The canopy of these trees does not normally exceed 25 meters. The common trees found are sal, a variety of acacia and bamboo. Dry evergreen forest. Dry evergreen are found along with Andhra Pradesh Karnataka coast. It has mainly hard-leaved evergreen trees with fragrant flowers along with a few deciduous forests. Next one is thorny forest. This forest type is found in the areas with black soil, and these forests are found in the areas of less rainfall. North India, West India, Central India and South India, where rainfall is less than 75 centimeters. The trees do not grow beyond 10 meters height. Spurge, caper, and cactus are some of the examples of thorny forest. Section number 4. Montane and tropical forest. Montane and subtropical forest can be divided into differ. The first one is broad-leaved forest. Broad-leaved forests are of several types, such as evergreen forest, deciduous forest, thorny forest, and mangrove forest. Broad-leaved trees usually have large leaves of various shapes are found in middle to lower latitude. Broad-leaved forests are found in the eastern Himalayas and the western Ghats and along Salin Valley. There is a marked difference in the form of vegetation in the two areas. In the Salin Valley, the poonspur, cinnamon, rhododendron, and fragrant grass are predominant. In the eastern Himalayas, the floras are badly affected by the shifting cultivation and forest fires. These wet forests consist mainly of evergreen trees with a sprinkling of deciduous here and there. There are oak, alder, chestnut, birch, and cherry trees along with these broad-leaved forest areas. There are a large variety of orchids, bamboos, and creepers also. Another type is dry evergreen. Dry evergreen forests normally have a prolonged hot and dry season and a cold winter. It generally has evergreen trees with shining leaves that have a varnished look. Some of the more common ones are pomegranate, olive, and oleander. These forests are found in the Shivalik hills and foothills of Himalaya up to a height of 1000 meters. Next one is montane temperate forest. Here also you can see different types. The first one is wet montane temperate forest. Montane temperate forests occur in north and south. In north, it is found in the regions to the east of Nepal to Arunachal Pradesh. At the height of 1800 to 3000 meters, receiving a minimum amount of rainfall at 200 millimeters. The forests in the northern region are denser than the south. This is because over time the original trees have become replaced by fast growing varieties such as eucalypts, rhododendrons, and variety of ground flora can be found here. In the north, there are three layers of forest. The higher layers has mainly coniferous, the middle layers have deciduous forest, and the lower layers headed by champa and rhododendron varieties. Another variety is moist montane forest. This type spreads from western Himalaya to eastern Himalayas. The trees found in the western section are broad-leaved oak, brown oak, walnut, rhododendron, etc. In the eastern Himalayas, the rainfall is much heavier and therefore vegetation is also more lush and dense. There are a large variety of broad-leaved trees, ferns, and bamboos. Coniferous trees are also found here, some of the varieties being different from the ones found in the south. Next one is dry montane forest. This type is found mainly in Lahul, Kinnanur, Sikkim, and other parts of the Himalayas. There are predominantly coniferous trees and that are not too tall, and along with broad-leaved trees such as oak, maple, and ash. At higher elevation, fir, juniper, deodar, and chilgosa are also found. Last segment, alpine coniferous forest. Coniferous forests grow in the Himalayan mountain region where the temperature is very low. These forests have tall stately trees with needle-like leaves and downward sloping branches. So, they can slip off the snow from their branches. There are also different branches of coniferous forest. The first one is moist coniferous forest. Moist coniferous forests are found all along the Himalayas and on the higher hills of Myanmar border. It has a low scrub, dense evergreen forest consisting namely of rhododendron and birch. Mosses and ferns cover ground in the patches. This region receives heavy snowfall. Next one is dry coniferous forest. Dry coniferous forests are found about 3000 meters to 4500 meters elevation. Dwarf plants predominate here, mainly black juniper, the drooping juniper, honeysuckle and willow are the main species found in this region. Next one is pine forest. Pine forests are found in the steep dry slopes of Shivalik hills. In western and central Himalaya also you can see pine forest. The hills of Ghazi, Naga and Manipur hills, the pine forests are found commonly. The trees predominantly found in these regions are the chir, oak, rhododendron and pine. In the lower regions, sal, santal, amla and lamdudin are found. The sixth type of forest are mangrove or littoral forest. Mangrove forests grow along the coast, especially in the river deltas. These plants are uniquely adapted to saline water. These forests grow luxuriantly in the muddy areas covered with silt where the rivers join to the sea. Littoral and swampy forests are found along Andaman Nicobar Islands and delta area of Ganga and Brahmaputra. Sundarban Delta region is characterized with large stock of mangroves. Isolated patches of mangroves and littoral forest are found in the river mouths of eastern and western coast of the country. Littoral forests consist mainly of whistling pines, mangrove dates, palms and bullet wood. Last module, forest resources